Good morning. Good morning. This is Dr. Mary Segars, and it's Wisdom Wednesday podcast. Today is Wednesday, December the 1st, 2021. This is the last month of 2021. Where has the time gone, right? For the last 31 days of this year, I would like to invite you and encourage you to join me to reflect on the last 12 months. Let us ask ourselves, what lesson or lessons have we learned this year that will propel us to 2022 for making better decisions and to do things that will make us better or wiser? Lastly, what have been our aha moments? We've all had some, right? Times of amazement, times of excitement, times of surprise, or a moment of truth in our lives that will perhaps have changed our thinking or changed our perspective. Let me just share what's coming up in the following weeks in December on Wisdom Podcast. I was just advertising about getting ready for 2022. Are we financially fit? Next week, I'll have an awesome financial coach who would just kind of steer us and direct us about making sure our money matters are in order for 2022. And then the following week, we'll talk about being physically fit. It's more than putting our body to sleep and sitting in a chair or sitting on the couch watching TV. We perhaps need to take a brisk walk, or maybe we need to do some more physical exercise. So we'll have a dynamic coaches about being physically fit. And then lastly, I'm a woman of faith. We'll have speakers on here that will share about, are you ready for 2022? Are you spiritually fit? Are your mind ready to receive things that God has for us in 2022? But today, my friends, I want to share with you about my reflection and lessons that I've learned, and even a couple of aha moments. As many of you may know, I like to journal, and I've done that for 2021 for the entire year. And this is what I wrote in my journal in February of 2021. Average is so common. Settling for the status quo untimely leads to dissatisfaction. Stretching always requires change. The greatest stretching season of life come when you do what you have never done. Push yourself harder and reach in a way that's uncomfortable for all of us. That takes courage. But the good news is that changes us to grow in ways we thought were impossible. As I reflected on that writing, I know I was doing seminars and webinars about growth, personal growth and development. I did my first master class in February of 2021, write that book. And so I knew I was stretching myself, but I also realized I had challenged myself to do my second anthology project, Destined to Win. I knew there was authors in the making, if you will, ready, able, and authentically authors to share their stories and speak their truth. And to put this in perspective, I had completed my first anthology, finished strong. It doesn't matter how you start, what matters is that you finish strong. And so there was so much more stretching that I needed to do. I'm sure you heard of stretch marks. And the one thing about stretching, it will never go back to its original space or shape, right? And so I was just so determined that I was going to do another second anthology. And there were 17 amazing women that spoke their truth and told their story and destined to win. And I'm glad that I did it because it became #1 bestseller at Amazon. So I knew that it was more stretching that I had to do and more stretching that I wanted to encourage and add value to others. Let me share about a lesson that I've learned. There's so many lessons that I've learned in 2021, but I want to share one that I really learned with you. I've learned that life is way too short. It's like a vapor, here today and gone tomorrow. So live your life to the fullest. My husband and I, along with his siblings, experienced losing 2 brothers in 2021 within 3 months span of time. Oh yes, it hurts to lose your loved ones, but it's also comforting to know where they are. And the reality of it is we're all going to have to die, right? But be ready to meet God. But in the meanwhile, and in the time that we have between birth and death, live your life on purpose. for a purpose and be your authentic self. Stretch and grow and allow yourself to reach new heights and new dimensions that you never experienced. Like I said, life is way too short not to experience and live your life to the fullest. And lastly, my aha moment I like to share. There were so many of those, but I'll share a couple. I realized that I met so many people all over the world, India, Barbados, Cairo, Egypt. And these people are so genuine and they just, we gravitated to be friends, right? And we've talked via Zoom. And so it's a way of connecting with others. And I realized that people are people. You know, they're trying to live their authentic life. They're trying to allow themselves to do what they know they do best, to live in their purpose. And so what I realized that the universal language for people all over the world is a smile. And I know when we're on the Zoom with different people all over the country and I'm smiling, may not understand all their language, but when I smile, I get a smile back in return. And so we know that even though we hear so much negativity in the world, there are still good people out there. There's still good in people. And we always want to see the good in others, right? And so as you reflect and as you think about your aha moments, can I encourage you to join me for the next 30 days? This is the first day of December, and we have 30 more days to go. Please join me as we go through our reflection. And some reflection may be hurtful and painful, but we're still here to talk about it. We're still here to make it better next time. We're still here to share our experiences, because when I share my experience and you share your experience, I'm learning and growing, and we're all learning and growing and gleaning from one another to do our very best, because 2022 is going to be epic, absolutely epic. If we want it, it's a mindset. If you wanted to have it to be epic. So please know that I have a website, not a website, I have a page on Facebook called Wisdom Wednesday podcast with Dr. Mary Segars. Put your comments on there about your reflection, your aha moments, lessons that you've learned. And, you know, sometimes we don't have to learn the lessons from our personal experience. I can learn from you and you can learn from me. So when we share one another experiences, we are gleaming and learning and growing. So let me just share with you that this year is rapidly ending up, but it's going to be a new beginning, a new 2022. And I just want to share some exciting news. My third anthology project is going to be released in February of 2022. Some phenomenal women who said yes, they want to share their story. And the name of that anthology is this: Unlock Your Hidden Treasure. It's time to shine. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to shine. We've kind of squinch back and try to hold back on what God has put on the inside of you. You know, stir up those gifts that's on the inside of you. And these women have been through some things, but they're still able to crack open and allow their light to shine. Because when they're shining their light, they're allowing other people to shine their light. So can I encourage you to look out for that? That's coming in February 2022. I'm so excited. There's 10 amazing women who will share their truth and speak their tell their story, and it's going to be a #1 bestseller hit again. I know that, because we're stretching and getting out of our comfort zone to allow us to be able to shine. And it's not bragging about what we're doing, but it's just allowing those gifts, those talents, those abilities, all that we have on the inside of us to come out. And so I encourage you to be listening for that and stay tuned for that. But join me next week for Wisdom Wednesday podcast, where we're going to have a financial coach to share about how we need to get our money straight, get our money right for 2022. And I'm just claiming that everybody can be debt free in 2022. Trust me, it can be done. And so we know that it's all a matter of rolling up our sleeves and doing what we need to do to accomplish that goal. So I'm going to leave you with this saying: be blessed, be encouraged, and remember the reflection of 2021. We'll never see this year again. And we know that 2022 is going to be a phenomenal, epic, and awesome year. So enjoy your day and welcome December. Until we meet again next week. Bye for now.